Hello everyone, sports fans, Blues Nation, this is Comics Bigger TV here once again. So time for another prediction video, as it's this Friday night. We have the Blues taking on the Washington Capitals for the second and only other time this season. And, well, coming off a loss Wednesday night to the Minnesota Wild, in which it was a crazy game. We lost in that one 8-5. That's right, gave up 8 goals, and, well, it was a promising start as we were up 3-1 after the first period, so it was a great start. And then the Wild scored 5 goals in the second period, and the big story was Jordan Binnington, after allowing the 5th goal to Ryan Hartman, lost his temper and got in a fight, and it was eventually ejected from the game due to his actions, and it was announced earlier today that he will be suspended for 2 games, which means Thomas Greiss will have to start these next 2 games, and we caught up goalie from the AHL to be his backup while Binnington serves his suspension. So, yeah, it was a promising start in that one, and we got goals from Jakub Vrana, and Pavel Buchnevich had a hat trick, actually, and all 5 of our goals in that game were by Vrana and Buchnevich. Vrana had 2, and Bucci had the other 3. And we got assists from Torrey Krug, who had 2 assists, or 3 assists actually. Kyrie also had 1. Shen, Tyler Tucker, Robert Thomas, and Justin Falk. So, and yeah, the Wild scored 5 goals in that second period. And yeah, so it was a wild game. We saw the return of former Blues player, actually 2, but notably former Blues forward Oscar Sundqvist, who was actually acquired by the Wild at the trade deadline, and he scored the Minnesota's 3rd goal, and also former Blue Ryan Reeves also scored Minnesota's 7th goal of the game. So it was just a wild game, and yeah, I know these teams are rivals. They met in the playoffs last year, but I was not expecting that. And, well, after Binnington allowed that 5th goal in the period, or I guess actually the 4th goal in the period, 5th overall given up, Berube may have thought about bringing in Thomas Greiss nonetheless, because since he wasn't playing well, but still he got ejected from the game. So, just a wild scene, and yeah, but Buchnevich had a hat trick. It's his 2nd career hat trick, in which his other one was with the Blues last year. So, anyway, now here we are facing Capitals team, of course, led by one of the best players of all time, Alex Ovechkin, who earlier this season scored his 800th career goal, and is climbing up towards the all-time leading goal scorer. He leads them in goals and points overall. And yeah, Washington had another solid season. And looks like they'll be going back to the playoffs. Well, actually, they're a few points back of the Pittsburgh Penguins for fourth place in a tight division. So, anyway, then after this, we'll come back home, have a two-game homestand, which will host Winnipeg and Detroit Sunday and Tuesday. And, yeah, just about 3 weeks left in this regular season. So, see what happens with Thomas Greiss, assuming he'll be the starting goalie for these next two games. So, till Friday, comments are saying go Blues.